Okay, it's the middle of May in Minnesota now, and let's go over the spring bloom in our yard. First thing I want to show you is our natural habitat sign. This came in the mail, and we hung that right there on a little post, signifying that this is a natural habitat home that we certified through the National Wildlife Federation. I'll put a link to that at the end of the video if you want to watch more about that. Here we are. And we've got some blooms here, and the grasses are just popping. First things first, here is our peach tree, just starting to bud a little bit there. Water baths all filled up, evergreen. Here's our pear tree, starting to flower. Hopefully we'll get lots of pears. It's looking nice and tall this year. I just stopped putting this evergreen on the post there, so that's the tallest I want it, so now it'll start just staying right there. Little budding tree there too. Let's go around the house here. These are my copper posts that I put for the Russian sage to climb up on, and I'll tie those up so we'll have pretty purple flowers with lots of bees on them. Haven't done the summer pots yet. And for the summer, I hung up under the eave because I don't want it to get them to get rained on, because if they get rained on, they might rot. And I removed one of my topiaries from the front. There's some hostas coming in. Bird bath full. Birdhouse cleaned out for the wren. And here's the clematis that are starting to come in. So they'll grow all the way up and fill up these topiaries. And here's a peony tree. It's called a peony tree, but it's still sort of a bush, but that's like a big heavy-duty peony plant. And here's my favorite evergreen. This thing just looks dead in the winter, but it just pops these beautiful buds every year and fills in really nicely. That is a really awesome tree. Let's go back around the side of the house. I cleaned up these plants here. These are the super bee friendly ones. Here's the service berries coming in, and here's a red twig dogwood, and we might have lost one over here. I trimmed it back because it was starting to look dead. It might come back. We'll see what happens. And these are my 3 honeyberries. 1, 2, 3, and another service berry. And here's the raspberries coming in. And hostas in the shade gardens. Honeysuckle vines are starting to creep up, come up here. And the grapevines are just starting to pop. Today's the first day. There's buds on all the grapes going up, so that will fill all the way up above here. You can see above here they're starting to come in already. And the grapevines, there's 8 of them on all the posts. And here is a strawberry bed. That's like the first thing that comes in the spring. Okay, so before all the hostas and other shade garden plants come in this area, I'll show you these thicket teepees that we built. We built 3 of them so the toads and frogs and snakes can hide in there and make a little home, not be bothered. There's actually 4 of them. That'll be filled with hostas. There they are coming in here, all around it. There's some daylilies, all kinds of things. Back here, the lilacs are starting to bud. Here's the fire pit. And back here we have the weeping crabapple tree. Little pretty flowers starting to form on those. The currant is coming in back there behind it. Cherry trees, apple trees, and plum trees are all coming in. Hydrangeas coming in. All these flowers are hopefully going to get pollinated by the bees. And look at all that rhubarb coming in. Here's look at all the bees that are already on this tree pollinating. I don't know if you can see them in the video, but there are just literally hundreds of little bees pollinating the flowers. It is going to be a good year for fruit this year. Look at that. You can see I painted the water thing there blue this year. It used to be red. My old antique water pump. Get a view from this angle here. You can see there's little bees flying everywhere, pollinating everything. I'm sure they are just happy as can be. Arborvitaes are getting bigger. Contorted filbert trees starting to bud. Another little Colorado blue spruce here. Oh, looky here. This is our honeysuckle vines. And here's our peonies. Back side of the pond. Snowy mountain ash trees starting to bud. I just raised the filter pond this year a little bit higher so the waterfall would be louder. The fish love playing under the waterfall. There's all the koi. They're eating their dinner right now and playing their little reindeer games underneath the waterfall, their favorite place. This year I had to cut down the green ash tree. It was leaning so far that it cracked the flagstone patio, and it had a crack in it, and the main branch was going to fall on probably the house, the pond, and the pergola. So I had to have that cut down. Unfortunately, that's a sad loss. Hate losing a tree. And that is, here's another pear tree back here, starting to bud. And that is what's going on back here. Oh, there's a fish he's eating. Well, I put one bird feeder out here, up here in the maple tree too. I thought that'd be fun. That's what's going on in Minnesota in the middle of May. Thanks for watching.